Hi, how are you all doing? Here comes my next video. This one is for a funky soul station. So this is going to be not a sung jingle, but it's going to have a music bed. So I'm going to make the music and then we'll put some little effects and bits and pieces on in a moment. So, yeah. First of all, I'm going to play you the voiceover that I've got here.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
So that is the voiceover I've been sent, so that's going to need a little bit of adjustment in a moment. Fortunately, it's nice and dry. It does appear to have a bit of compression and stuff on there, but that's okay. We can still put some more. We love more. And I've got a couple of little guitar samples here, so I'll just play those for you. Yep, there you go. We got those for now. So first of all, I'm going to get my words out first. I'm going to lay down a drum beat. Didn't know much about funky soul disco stuff, to be fair, but I've done a little bit of YouTube research and had a listen. So I've got this kit on the keys there. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down a little funky drum beat. So I'll get the metronome on. I've got it at 114 BPM because that matches the voiceover. Funky soul was kind of like 160 to 180 is what I was looking at, but I think this will be all right. So let's have a little go at this.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start. Live on...
Okay, so there's my little drum thingy there. First of all, I need to fix the MIDI. So with Command and A selects all and then Q to quantize.
Live.
It's missed off my first kick drum for some reason. I think it's me. I normally play them just a touch too soon.
Live on...
And a hi-hat right there. Let's drag that across. And what have we got?
Live on Funky Vibes Radio.
I'll mute that for a moment. Cool. So first of all, I'm going to bounce that into audio. Control and B on Logic. But I want to, before I do that actually, what I want to do is bounce them out separately. So I want the kick on a separate track to the snare. So first of all, I'll solo the kick. Control B, I'll label it kick, obviously, because it's a kick. And there it is. So now I'm going to need that clap. Is it the clap sound? There we go. Select the correct track. There we go. And bounce that. Call it clap, of course. And then, of course, we're going to need the hi-hats also. Where are they? There we go. And Control B, hats. Okay, now I can get rid of that MIDI data at the top. I don't need that anymore. Right, let's mix this quickly. First of all, hi-hats. Let's remove some of that low end. Sounds kind of nice. And for the clap, also some low end removal. And for the kick, also let's have a look. Something out here around between 200 and 500. And I normally cut some of the low end. I know that sounds stupid because it's a kick drum, but it just keeps everything clean and tidy. Just keeps them a little bit more in check. Then, of course, I will mix the levels. I'll bring them all down to start with. I'll bring up the kick drum first. Let me turn off the metronome. Okay. Cool, so that's that little bit. So now I've got these little guitar pieces. So let's put the first one in there. And I've got this other one. And copy and paste that. And of course bring the level of those down also. And this one, let me delete that one for a moment because this one is just a tiny little too loud. So let me just turn the gain down on it. And then I can copy that one over here. And the same applies there. Cut some low end away. A little bit of high end there just for a bit of sparkle. Great, and then I'm going to set up a bus track for a reverb. So I'll click on the clap, click send, bus 1, label that, reverb, and then on there, I will go and find a reverb. I'll go to waves. Where is it? Maybe here somewhere. Reverb, there he is. I'll just get my favourite, which is always the vocal plate. And first of all, I'll send the clap to the reverb. I'll solo it so you can hear what's going on just as I turn the level up. There you go. And then bring it back in with the rest just so that I can balance it. Because there's no point in adding things like that when it's in solo because you don't know how it's going to sound like when you bring all the other instruments back in. Also, I'm going to send this guitar to the same reverb. And I think it needs like another guitar sound, but I don't know exactly what it wants. So let me come and have a little look. I'm just using samples here because it's easier just to drag them in. Right, there's this is where all my samples are at. They're all within Komplete. Let's try that. Drag that back over. I've got another screen, by the way. That's where I'm dragging these things to and from. Obviously, it needs to be the right speed. So I've popped it there, and I'll try and slow it down. Sorry, speed it up. See if that works. If not, I'll slow it down. I don't know where to put it yet. Let's have a look. There you go. And I've got the same problem again. Delete that one and I'll turn the gain down on there a little bit. There you go. I'm just doing it by my ears and what sounds okay, but if you want to be more technical, you want to be looking over here. Wait a minute, let me get it highlighted. And they're actually coming in at 1.4 dB, which is really quite loud, but you can't hear distortion, so it really doesn't matter. So if that one's at 1.4, you want this one to be kind of the same. You can see they're actually quite a lot quieter, but by the way you're listening to it, because these ones are like little tiny plucks and these ones are a bit more full on, when you hear them together, they actually sound different volumes, even though when I started they weren't. So that's why I say, you know, if you want to be technical, you can come there and, you know, in theory I should turn that down, but then it wouldn't sound right on balance. So it's best just to use the ears and make your judgment that way rather than just looking at the numbers and going for the science. So, sorry, coffee. So far then we've got this bit of music going. which we'll do. All right, let's bring this vocal in now and see how it's sitting.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start. Live on...
I mean, that sounds pretty good as it is. So first of all, I don't even know if I need to split this up. I'm going to have another listen to this.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start. Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
Yeah, so I'll go and process this. I'm going to send it to a bus, or change the stereo out to the bus. I'll call that vocal bus. That's just in case I feel like I'm going to split it up later. So first of all, cut some low end. Yeah, let me put my loop back
Live
on.
Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start. Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon.
So far then, that was the EQ, and now I'm going to put in the compressor. Fast attack, medium release. We got 3:1 on the ratio, and then I'm just going to play with the threshold here.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
That sounds all right. Obviously, there's some level problems here. The music's all going to have to come down because the vocals getting drowned out there. But we'll deal with that shortly. Now I'm going to go and put a exciter on that vocal part. Boost the top end a little.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix.
You can hear what that's doing. Here, I'll put this in solo, and then I'll turn this on and off so you can hear it.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio,
That's off.
This is the Weekend Party Mix.
That's on. So it gives a nice little high boost there. A little bit more intensity. Right, I'll now send this to another bus. Bring up the mixer so I can see that bus. Here it is. I'm going to call that P comp. And then I'm going to put a compressor onto that one.
Live on Funky.
The compressor on this one is going to be a lot harder. So here I've got 12:1. I'm going to go for fast attack, very slow release, and then I'm going to send some of that signal over to that compressor.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
Cool. Get rid of that mixer view. I'm going to drag that down here because then I can highlight all of my instruments and bring them all down together.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
I need another listen.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio.
Okay, I'm going to do a little voiceover on there as well. If I can. I'm going to select input 3. That's where my mic's coming from. There you go. I'm probably going to forget what I'm going to say now. Okay, let's try.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio,
Funky
this
Vibes Radio.
is the Weekend Party.
Wow, that came in really hot. That's because I've got my levels turned up for this video. Let's see if it actually sounds okay, though. Funky Vibes Radio. Might be alright. Let's see if I can work with it. So it's a whisper. In whispers, you haven't got any low end, so let's cut it all out.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix.
Funky Vibes Radio. Sounds okay. Obviously, there's a lot of bleed from my headphones because I've not got the closed backs on. I've got the open backs on. I'll then send that to my vocal bus that I was working on earlier. Vocal bus. Funky Vibes Radio. Cool, and I'm also going to send it to the reverb channel. Funky Vibes Radio. Let's see how it goes if it's not too much.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start. Live.
That's it, I think.
Start.
Trim that up. And yes, on that whisper also, I'm going to see if I can widen it. So you come across to Waves plugins. Don't get too caught up on which ones you use. All the brands, they all do different stuff, but they're all pretty much the same thing at heart. So this is a doubler. It's going to make it sound a little wider. So let's put it in solo so you can have a listen.
Funky Vibes Radio.
And with that bypassed, it sounds like
Funky Vibes Radio.
Although if you're only listening in mono, you're not going to hear that difference too much. So let's crack on and listen again.
Weekend Party Mix. Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
Turn that whisper down a little. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to come and put the limiter on the end as always, just to give it the boost that it needs. Set it to 0.1.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
Cool. Well, I think that's about it. I mean, it is like a what do you call it? A vintagey 80s kind of station. So I mean, maybe on the vocal I could also put what's he called? Isotopes vinyl, which makes things sound a bit old. So, yeah, this is how this one will sound.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio.
Where are we at? So I can go to 1980s, 1960s and make these things sound different.
Yo, this is the Weekend Party Mix.
You can add dusters. You can have scratches going on in there.
With DJ...
Although that scratch is way too much.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start. Live on Funky
Got lo-fi
Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix.
But yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that. I mean, it takes a little bit of play until you get exactly what you want. So I'm going to take that off. And there you go.
Live on Funky Vibes Radio, this is the Weekend Party Mix with DJ Simon Start.
There you go. There is your jingle, music-y bed with a spoken word on top.